It's absolutely amazing how the smallest of gestures can truly inspire. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Jam Shed. I'm so glad you're dropping by for this episode of me really just having a touch point with you. This might feel a little bit like a shed talk. It's not meant to be a shed talk. We do those on Sundays. This is more of me just dropping on because I wanted to seize a moment and have some conversation with you. And for those of you that are going, what's a shed talk? You need to tune in on Sundays. Really, it's just me giving my thoughts about things that are coming into my feed and topics that are on my mind and things that I'm exploring, because the whole purpose of this channel is to be curious and explore, and that we are covered under this one banner, that the only rule is there are none, and we write the rules, because that's what being curious is all about in this gear world where we have tone acquisition and gear acquisition. And so if you're saying to yourself, hey, Ray, get to the point. What are we here for? What are we talking about? Well, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Karnivore and what that means. I went and got the Karnivore speaker. I have it. I've loaded it in. And so late last night, I'm going through YouTube and I look and I see on my video, I've got some comments. And to my surprise, Kristian Kohle himself, the myth, the man, the legend, dropped into the Jam Shed and left a couple comments on both of my videos, which absolutely blew me away. But not only did he just drop comments, he said, hey, here's some things that you should know and check out. And 100% going to do those. But it inspired me. And in fact, I had some things recorded and I realized that, boy, if Kristian's coming to the table for a small channel that only has 38 subscribers, maybe he's one of them. And to give that lift and that boost, I couldn't be more thankful. And it speaks to this community. It speaks to what we're building here in the Jam Shed and the community that's coming around this channel. And boy, I couldn't be more thankful and inspired at the same time. And so I really just wanted to have a touch point with you all to say thank you, to personally thank Kristian for jumping on. You have no idea how much that means. I mean, I've been following Kristian since the UMR Academy days. That was probably 5 years ago. And then we jump into him getting into his own channel and really taking me down this rabbit hole of the Vintage 30. I'm not going to lie. Prior to the videos of Kristian, I was a huge G12T75 fan. Don't throw your drink at the screen. And I still do like that speaker, and I have found ways to get good tones. At least I feel like the tone. But again, be curious, explore. Your mileage may vary. But circling back to what this means for the upcoming series, I think we need to give the Karnivore its due. And there were several other comments that came into those videos, and one was about, hey, listen, it's awesome. I would love for you to take that 16 ohm Karnivore speaker and compare it to a 16 ohm Vintage 30. That would be sweet. Not to mention, if you could put some Mesa dual rectifiers in there, or maybe even a triple rectifier, that'd be pretty cool. And we're 100% going to do that. So I just want to take a moment to tell you what's coming. So first off, Kristian dropped some knowledge in the comment section about how I should go about shooting these out. He talked about the massive low end. I'll say it like the massive low end that these speakers can get if you put them in the slant section of the 4x12 cab. Now, for those of you who've not seen his video, he did an amazing video where he used a 2x12 cab, a 4x12 cab, and a 6x12 cab. And he said, you know, he did the work. He put in the effort. So you could hear, does size matter? And again, these are all the data points that we can begin to work on. But now I get the opportunity to do some of that testing here. And I happen to have some Rev Gs. And this little guy right here is actually a Revision F, believe it or not. And so we can listen to these through various Mesa Rectifiers. And I'm sure Glenn is probably having a fit and has thrown his drink at the screen at this point going, just be different. And I'm going, but Glenn, we certainly are going to be a little bit different here, because we're checking out the Karnivore speaker and we're going to do it with some of these classic amplifiers behind me. So this multi-video series that I'm going to shoot, because I want to give it its due. Kristian's coming to the table and saying, hey, look at it this way. I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing here, I'm doing it to the best of my current ability. And so I would love for you all to take a moment and feel free to put in the comment section some other ways that you would like to see me shoot these speakers out. I'm going to drop the first video on Saturday. That is the goal right now. I have some work to do because this cab right here is actually a clone. It's not a real Mesa cab. I just love Mesa so much. I threw a logo on there. Please don't be upset at me, Mesa. I love you guys. But it is actually set up to be front loaded, so I can easily swap speakers in and out. It's just problematic because it bleeds into my microphone that's right down here. And so like when I have the gain going and some volume in here, even if I just have nothing in in the amp. I'm not having the guitar connected. You can still hear it coming to the microphone. So I've got to make some adjustments in the room. And I do truly have Mesa cabs. There's a real slant straight right behind me from 2003. And so I want to talk to you just briefly about how we're going to go down this rabbit hole a little bit. I think I'm going to start with the 4x12, and I'm going to work on that. I've already done some filming, and I put up a post already. And after reading Kristian's comments late last night, which was a complete shock and surprise, and again, thank you for taking time to for such an amazing platform that he has, to take some time to come down to me, someone who has 38 subscribers, and to say, you've got value and here's some things that you should think about, and I hope you like the speaker. I'm telling you, I'm going to love the speaker, and I know it's good, and I can't wait to share all of that with you. So this is a long-winded way for me to say I'm leveling it up. Bear with me. First video is going to drop on Saturday. There'll be a series, and if you have some things that you'd like to see me do shootout wise, if I can make it happen, then I certainly will. I have other videos in mind, and I can't wait to get those up and moving. But I see this as maybe a 3-part series. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's the direction we're heading. And again, to those who are offering comments, yeah, 100%. We're using the rectifiers, and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna use this cab over here, and we're gonna have a ball. So it'll look a little different when I shoot the video, because this cab will not be in here. I'll probably pull one of my other Mesas in here, or maybe the Mode 4 cab that I have by Marshall that Kristian called the Mesa Boogie Cab Killer. And it's an oversized cab. If you're not familiar with it, Mode 4 was a series by Marshall, and I'll unpack that at some point. Maybe I'll move that one in here. But likely, I think I'll have to grab a Mesa now that I think about it, because I need the slant straight in here anyway. So we'll bring another Mesa cab in here, and we'll still have the aesthetic of the channel, and I'll move this into the space where I can turn up speakers and not have it bleed into my microphone. All right, I've kept you long enough. I just want to say thank you to all of you who are tuning in and supporting this channel. I said it in one of the videos that, while today we're at 38 subscribers, I still feel the same way. It wouldn't matter if it was 30,000 or 300,000. You guys are amazing, and that's what's inspiring me, and I'm loving every moment of this. And the second I stop loving it is the second that I'm going to step away. And I know that that's never going to happen, because you guys will continue to support and continue to inspire right alongside. And again, special thanks to you, Kristian, for taking time to comment on my channel. It meant the world. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next one Saturday. Get ready. Let's keep it going. Take care, everybody.